I must have been 13 when I realised. He won't remember this, but for me... We were both at my holiday house. We've gone there so many times before. In Jervis Bay? Currong it's called. It's nice, it's near the beach and our families have gone there all the time. Ned and I had been a few times, so we were both familiar with the area. I've known Ned forever. He's my best friend. It's always been a place of growing up for us. I remember the skate park. He was always into that. All the other boys were. And I was terrified. I had a little scooter. I went through a scooter phase. It's such a great example of me just trying to fit in. I was bushwalking with him and my friend Odessa. We've known each other since we were very young. It was a bit before sunset and there was this rundown car, really rusty, really old. I had my camera and I remember saying, "Oh guys, get in there." And the sun had this beautiful radiating golden warmth look. I remember it clearly. Ned going through his Bieber hair phase, full on to the side, no gel or anything. Red and black check shirt. There was a moment when I was with Ned, just us in Kids Club, this outdoor garage. We were both sitting on the couch, watching TV together. I was showing him that photo, going on about how much I loved it, and I remember him saying, "Sometimes guys are kind of good looking." I was transfixed. I was loving it. I felt fantastic. I felt a bond. I got really eager, I got really close, and I found myself right up to his face. "Sam, can you just move back a little bit?" I was shattered. Those words still affect me so much. I realized my actions, how weird I'd been behaving. Why am I doing this? I hate the thought of making him feel uncomfortable. I've known him forever. Our mums knew each other before birth. We'd done so many things together. We'd grown up together. He was the first one I told. The first one I told in person. We always go and get a pork roll together, Ned and I. We get them in Marrickville. There's a tiny little shop that used to be a toilet. The lines are long. We're walking down the streets. It's super busy. There's cars everywhere, people of all walks of life, people with dogs of all kinds. It's just a place of atmosphere and diversity, and I think that's why I felt really comfortable. We went to McNeely Park, which is mostly just a big block of grass, and we're just sitting close to the playground, eating our pork rolls, and I remember saying to him at some point, "I'm not straight, and I'm not bi. I couldn't really say the word gay." I think what was so defining about that moment for me was that I wasn't actually thinking about anything. I was just enjoying the moment, and that was the big reason why I think I decided to tell Ned. It just came up naturally and I just said it. It was part of a really big step in me actually feeling relaxed and comfortable, and I kind of just accepting myself. It felt like a huge block in me had kind of dissolved a bit. Going to university, not many people knew I hadn't come out to my family yet. It was announced the Australian government would have a plebiscite, a vote deciding whether same-sex marriage should be legal. Yes or no. There were a lot of mixed opinions. For some, it was a progressive move forward. For others, it was just a basic human right. I said to myself that if it was a no, I wouldn't even consider coming out. I'd hide it. I wouldn't tell my parents I was gay. But if it was a yes, I would. But what if it was a no? How could I? I just wanted to be alone. If it was a no vote, I just wanted to be in my room. I couldn't sleep that night at all. Anyway, I woke up, I knew the time it was being announced, I checked my phone. It was a yes. I remember I had no understanding of what to do or how to do it. The main thing on my mind was that I needed time after I told my parents. The plan was to tell them that night, then go out with my friends to Newtown. That was the plan. I was in the shower. It was a really long shower. I was rehearsing, just saying different things, thinking about my wording, crying a little bit. Am I going to go and live my life in a secret, or am I going to go do it now? I always wanted a boyfriend, to be able to say, "Hey mum, I've got a boyfriend, and he's really cute." It was such a dramatic thing. The hot steam, tears merging with the shower water. The bathroom was my safe haven. I remember practicing in the mirror, looking at my eyes, looking at myself. Just do it, calm down. I'd never had so much inner confrontation. I was at absolute war with my emotions. Is it worth it? Can I hold it off? It's now or never. I got out of the shower and my friends had come in. I had told them to wait outside, so I had to push them out. I just had to shove them out of the house. I was panicking. My parents were so confused. I couldn't avoid it anymore. It was just another setback. Okay, let's do this. I took my mum and dad into the kitchen. Instantly, you know that's not natural. We've got these long little lamps over the kitchen bench, almost like a detective's room. At that point, I was a mess, just a ball of emotion. I was crying, I was vulnerable, and I just managed to breathe it out. I'm gay. My parents didn't care. They all hugged me and I cried, and then my mum told my sister and she came in, and it was just kind of good to get the whole thing done. It made me feel like maybe I am dramatizing a part of the anxiety of telling people. Anyway, I rushed out of the house, met with my friends, we were all hugging and crying, and then we left. And I realized I had forgot my wallet.
The story you just heard has been a retelling, a true verbatim account of an Australian boy's coming out experience, performed by Matthew Bunin. Retelling is announced by Chloë Beckley and recorded by Angus Woodworth. Retelling is produced by Matthew Bunin. If you or anyone you know have been affected by this story and are struggling with sexual identity, support can be found at Q-Life on 1-800-184-527, or in serious cases Lifeline on 13 11 14.
I know at some point I got a text from my grandfather saying, "Oh hey Sam, Mum told us the news." And I remember not telling Mum she could tell anyone, and she's gone off and told her parents. Obviously the grandparents are the ones you fear the most, because they're the ones you love. They have a special kind of love, and you want them to see their family continue through all these biological pressures. I read the message, and the message ended with, "Oh, by the way, old boy, we need more men in this family anyway."